Welcome to Reread. We're on Book 2 of the Black Fleet Crisis. This one's called Shield of Lies. Now, for some reason, and this is the only book that he does it in, Michael P. Q. McDowell puts the entire story of Lando first, and then of Luke second, and then the entire story of Leia third. It's like in 3 parts. And he prefaces them with Lando, Luke, Leia, and the book's kind of divided evenly between the 3 of them, but he doesn't mix up the stories, like jump from Lando, then to Luke, then to Leia, then to Han or whatever. Kind of weird. I don't know why he decided to do that for the second book. It's only in the second book, and it's not like he had to do it for some reason. I don't see what the special reason was. And reading it was fine, but, because you're following one character the whole time, and then that's it for Lando. So then you get to jump into Luke's shoes and then jump into Leia's shoes. But it was just kind of weird that this is the only book that he did that in. Now, I'd forgotten about this, but 3PO talks about having sentience as a droid. And how do you know if you're really alive? This is something that they pick up in New Jedi Order and then later on drop. But it was in the Black Fleet Crisis first. I did not remember this. So Lobot is basically kind of weighing that decision on, what does make you human? Because at first he's like, well, 3PO, you're not human, you're a droid. But as Lobot keeps thinking about it, it's like, well, maybe he has something there. And I really like that line of thinking. And like I said, it's only just for a few pages, but I forgot it was in here. There's a big revelation in Lando's storyline. They realize that the ship is alive after a while. Like, oh, wait, this is a living ship. Because the ship's doing weird stuff and they don't really kind of understand what's going on. Oh, I should have mentioned in the first book, Lando loses his glove and his hand is freezing. He has to make a makeshift bag for a glove. And I remember always thinking about that. And it's kind of weird, but even today, when I'm trying to do something and I have my gloves on in the winter, I take off one glove and start moving, zipping up my little girl's jacket or doing something because I need my fingers, not my glove. And your hand gets really cold because it's not in the glove anymore. I always think about Black Fleet Crisis. I'm not even kidding. I always think about Lando's hand getting so cold. And it's so weird that idea just sticks with me today. And what a unique way to make Lando, and there's other ways Lando feels uncomfortable that Michael P. Q. McDowell describes perfectly. They're trying to breathe the air in their suits. It's stuffy, it's stale, he's hot, he's sweaty, he feels all greasy, he needs a shower. Plus, he itches everywhere, but he can't itch under his helmet. He wonders if he can just, hold his breath and just start scratching himself everywhere. And you're like, yeah, that is torture, man. Oh, that mugginess, the sweat, the clamminess. Oh, yeah. Really good description of the events that are surrounding Lando and other characters, too. It's really good. It also addresses the argument, when it goes switching to Luke's storyline, it addresses the argument that Luke blowing up the Death Star, destroyed all of those innocent workers. I think this is something that was popular when Clerks talked about it. People talked about it online too. Oh, Luke's a Jedi, but all those contract workers for the Death Star, he blew them up. Michael P. Q. McDowell talks about this because Akana blames Luke for, you just kill without thinking about it. Look at all these people who were on the, Death Star building things. Did they deserve to die too, Luke? And Luke says, yeah, actually they were. Because they already knew by that time they'd already destroyed a planet. Okay? Sure, maybe some of them just couldn't get out, but the thing is, though, they knew what a Death Star was. They didn't think there'd be a risk of them dying, but they knew it was evil. They knew it was evil, whether for good or bad. So Michael P. Q. McDowell does a good job addressing it, but that was something for the fans. Instead of just going on the forums, he said, I'll just put it in a book and have Luke explain it in my words. I thought it was really good. Luke also goes to a fake Jabba's Palace restaurant. Sees a fake Bib Fortuna, a fake Ula. Everything is over. It's like this one of the planets that he and Akana visit are just, it just rakes you. It's a tourist trap. And Luke makes the joke that he needs to get out of there before the Princess Leia and Slave Gear girls start dancing. I just love that. And Luke's story is not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, yeah, the whole time she's still kind of leading him on. She's also saying you can join the White Current. And Luke's trying to find his place. Maybe being a hermit, maybe he can reside within the White Current and just kind of disappear and meditate on the Force forever. So he's kind of not centered right now, and Akana's playing to that. It's not a bad storyline. I remember the first time I may have said it was, but reading again, I was engaged. I was engaged the whole time. There's another one here that I talked about Admiral Ackbar's story. Here's what it is. Platt Millar filmed the invasion of his planet and barely got away. Well, now he's with the New Republic. The New Republic found the tapes. They're going to use those later on as leverage to get the public behind them for attacking the Yavithan, the Black Fleet, I guess. But Ackbar forms a friendship with Plat Malar, who, he doesn't have a planet, he doesn't even have a species anymore because he thinks they've been wiped out. He wants to join the New Republic. Well, Admiral Ackbar, dang, that's like the good old rebel days. I know what you're like, son. So he has him go enroll, and he says, I got turned down, Admiral. He said, what? And so Ackbar, there's a great scene. Admiral goes there and says, what happened? He's like, well, sir, he's on an unregistered planet that's not with the New Republic. He went, so? He went, well, sir, also the last, he said, we take people from all over the galaxy all the time. He's like, yeah, but the last time it was registered, it's still underneath the Empire's control. And Admiral Ackbar blows up at me. Do you know how many people came from the Empire and came to us? If we could be picky, he's like, sir, but we have regulations now. To hell with your regulations. I mean, honestly, Ackbar is done so well. And so, of course, he moves to have the planet, annexed into the New Republic kind of post-mortem because it's kind of gone now. But Plat Malar, he has him fill out a petition. Even though he's not technically an official representative, he's the only representative from the planet and maybe the only survivor, so maybe he has a duty there. But anyway, Leia's, kind of taking command again, and all these planets that are near Nil Spar are crying out for help. And she goes ahead and automatically includes all of them within the New Republic. Now, this is a great... Nil Spar did a bad thing here. Drummed up a lot of recruitment for the New Republic. But either way, once he becomes in the New Republic, then Admiral Ackbar shoots him into the simulators to give him a job and everything. And he screws up that job because as Han goes to take over the New Republic fleet, he gets captured by Nil Spar, and Plat Malar was driving him. Oh no! And Plat Malar didn't even fire a shot. And, speaking of shots, there's a sign there. It's like 900 and something days without a shot. And that's in the very first book, I think. And they're going, oh, that's great. Hey, when it hits 1,000, we should celebrate. Well, the day the battle happened was day 1,000. And it said, 1,000 days without a shot fired. She went, take it down. I said, you mean just stop it? He went, no, just take it down. It's like, it's war now. We mean war. And I just thought that was just so good. Borsk Fila is back. He's mentioned it kind of playing both sides against Leia's case. There's a vote of no confidence in her. A lot of terminology that you see in Phantom Menace, like Viceroy and vote of no confidence. And I can't remember, there's something else too. The floor will now hear Senator so-and-so or whatever. And it's a lot of the dialogue that would later be in episode 1, which I kind of found interesting. But it ends with Han being captured and like everything just going wrong. And of course, this is the second act, right? It's always going to end on a darker note. But even Leia's story at this point is really good, but it is helped with Admiral Ackbar. Again, I just love, he's got some fire in his belly right now. Oh, I don't remember if this is the first, second book, but Ackbar is running. Drayson likes to run. Ackbar, hasn't hit the gym in years maybe, and he's running alongside Drayson, and then he asks, can we walk? And Drayson goes, sure. So they start walking, and Admiral Ackbar's still tired. He went, can we just stop? And I love it. I love it so much. There's so many good scenes with Ackbar. Oh, there's another one where Leia's about to make some big announcement. Ackbar, wants to be at her side when she makes this big announcement. And she asks Han, where's Ackbar? He goes, oh, he's trying to put on his old white uniform. She went, the one he wore during the Battle of Endor? He was like, yeah. And Leia goes, we're going to be here a while. Because he's gotten fat. I love it. I love it. Honestly, these are great books. These are way better than I remembered. It's not just Lando's storyline. Right now, I'm loving all three. But dude, I love the third book. Well, you're going to have to find out next time.